If you aren't aware, FC Barcelona is the world's third largest football club by size, and it's worth over $5 billion. Now, this particular club is made up of over 150,000 members spread out globally, which all have the same passion and love for this particular soccer club. Now, why am I even bringing this up? Well, if you aren't aware, as a part of Project Catalyst funding round number 13, we have the opportunity to onboard this massive fan base into the Cardano ecosystem through what they call Barça Vision. Barça Vision is basically a platform that aims to leverage emerging technologies and AI in order to give the football club and its fans an advantage in comparison to other clubs or their competitors. Now, what they're aiming to do is onboard their community through a Discord server and a learn to work platform, which will all be using Cardano in the background as the technology. Now, as a part of today's video, I'm sitting down with Jordi and Anna from Barça Vision. I'm also bringing in James from Andamio, as well as Luca, who's stepping in here representing NMKR, who will also be assisting in the process when it comes to onboarding Barça Vision. So as a part of this video, we're breaking down their proposal, talking about the impacts and exactly what this could bring, not only to Cardano, but the 150,000 members all around the globe. As always, if you enjoy content like this, please make sure to smash that thumbs up on the way in. If it's your first time stopping by and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. That said, enjoy today's interview. What's up, Ada Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. My name's Fareed. As a part of today's video, we're diving into Project Catalyst, where I'll be joined by key members here from the Barça Vision platform, who's aiming to integrate within Cardano. So without any further ado, we've got quite the panel. We'll be breaking down the proposal, not just from the front end side, but also from the technical perspective as well, where I'll be joined by some members from Andamio. Without any further ado, let me bring up Jordi. We've also got Anna. We've also got James, as well as Luca representing NMKR. So because we've got such a big panel here, I'd love to kick things off with brief introductions. And so I'll go from right to left on my side here. And so maybe Anna, you can kick us off. Jordi will come to you, and then James, and then Luca.
Thanks for the introduction. I'm Anna from Barça Vision. We built this company 2 years ago, 2.5. I'm here as a operations director, and together with Jordi, we are the team that are building all the, let's say, projects related to Web3 and blockchain.
Perfect. Thank you. Jordi, over to you.
Okay, so really a pleasure to be here. I'm Jordi Montpart. I'm Director of Research at FC Barcelona. Our duty has to do with the business and engagement related to blockchain technologies, digital experiences, and so on.
Perfect. James, this is, I think, the second time I've seen you here on the channel. Welcome, and how are you?
Hey, thanks for having me back, Fareed. Yeah, my name is James. I'm one of the co-founders of Andamio, and we have built a platform on top of the Cardano blockchain that allows people to learn the skills they need to contribute to real projects and earn credentials. We're really excited to have this opportunity to test the platform and to roll it out to a global audience through the Barça Vision project.
Yeah, this will be quite the audience, a big community here if onboarded. Last but not least, we've got Luca representing NMKR. Welcome, and how are you?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I'm representing NMKR. We are doing everything in regards to infrastructure when it comes to tokenization projects. And yeah, we are mainly on Cardano, but we're also multi-chain. And we are looking forward to help Barça Vision and the rest of the team to bring this vision to life through our infrastructure. And yeah.
Nicely stated, and we'll definitely be talking some of the talking through some of the technicals here as we get rolling in today's interview. So I'd love to maybe sort of swing back over to Anna and Jordi to sort of understand, number one, the impact of Barça Vision, what exactly it's all about, the culture, how many members, and sort of its key core focuses. So either one of you want to give us a brief overview of what Barça Vision is and how strong that community is right now.
So first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you, Fareed, and along with Anna, with James, with Luca, and so on. This week is especially important for us for many reasons. The first thing is this interview with you, with Dapp Central, but also because on Thursday we start this voting process of our submission for the Fund 13 Cardano Catalyst call, but also because on Friday there is something super special. We celebrate our 125th anniversary. So we are a very old club, and since we were created, the club belongs to the members. So this means that we are 150,000 people, and me included, that we are the owners of the club. So we are decentralized since 125 years ago. And many years before decentralization was already here with blockchain technologies. But it's a physical decentralization. So for us, this is super important. It's not very common that a club as big as FC Barcelona is really decentralized. So this means that we are democratic, we have referendums. These referendums, we use blockchain technologies to audit these referendums. So it's also something that we use as internal solutions. And let me explain a few more things about FC Barcelona. Is that we are top, let's say, in football and men's football, yeah, but this is not enough. We are the biggest multi-sport club in the world, and this means that for us, men and women are important. For us, for instance, we are very proud of our women first team. We have played 4 finals European championships in a row, winning 3 of them. We have 5 professional sports, 8 amateur sports. We are the club that contributes with more athletes to the Olympic Games. We are proud also of having invented something that is called the reverse sponsorship. So this means that for more than 100 years, we had not a sponsor in our jersey. And the first one that we had was UNICEF. And we paid for that. So inventing this thing of the reverse sponsorship that no one has copied us because it seems crazy. But at the end, it has to do with how we are. We are a non-profit organization with some companies, subsidiaries, devoted to many different things. For instance, Barça Studios to audiovisuals, Barça Vision that Anna will go deeper in it. Also to education with a company that's called Barça Innovation Hub, knowledge and technology transfer, and then another company that's called Barça Licensing and Merchandising that has to do with physical jerseys, stores, and all these things. So, as I said, we like democracy, we like decentralization, and we like all those things that blockchain technologies could provide. And I stop here, and now is for Anna.
Thanks, Jordi. So this is a little bit what we are at Barça as a company, as an organization, but we have different lines of business. One of the business lines is Barça Vision. So basically, in Barça Vision, we are focusing on 5 different points. The first one is Web3 integration. For example, at Barça, we utilize decentralized web technologies already to provide a secure and transparent, for example, way to sell tickets for the stadium. This is one of the main topics. Then the second one is we are creating NFTs and digital collectibles. For example, in the club, in Barça Vision, we launch a series of NFTs that are called masterpieces. The first one was launched in Sotheby's in New York 2 years ago. Exactly this one. It was the representation of Johan Cruyff's iconic goal in 1973. And then after this one, we launched the second masterpiece. It was really special for me for obvious reasons, because it was about, it was called Empowerment, and it was inspired by Alexia Putellas, twice times winner of the best FIFA award, and also she won Balloon of Gold, among many other awards. So the second masterpiece was about exactly Alexia Putellas, and we sold this on OpenSea, also in an auction. And then Apart from, I just mentioned the Web3 integrations, the NFTs and digital collectibles, the masterpieces, and also we are working in other projects inside this category. And then the third category is fan tokens. We also explode, or we use fan tokens. Nowadays are through a partnership what we have with another company. And then the fourth topic is, of course, the Discord, no? Our community that is very special and important for us. We create this channel, and in 2 hours we got 40,000 followers. And now we are almost in 90,000 followers on the channel. So for us, it's basically, the way to communicate through our community, and it's a part of it's a very important way for us to communicate with them. And then also another category that we have is the wallets. We are creating a wallet for our fans in order to communicate, or let's say to give them the opportunity to connect with the club, with Barca, through a wallet, buying our digital products and let's say digital services that we could provide. And then these are the categories that I mentioned. And for me personally, I think that Web3 and technology nowadays is too male, right? So we want to encourage and to change this. To make this market a little bit more for women. And then, for example, throughout our fans, we only have 20% of them that are women. The rest of them are male, and this is an important thing that I think we need to change. And through this summit and this proposal that we are doing now together with you, with NMKR and Andamio, I think we could get this objective that we have in the club, and that for me it's really, really important, but of course for all of us. And yeah, basically is this.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate the introduction there. Not only are you guys, a well-known brand and name, you guys have a community that's already been integrated or sort of exposed to crypto and Web3 through everything that you've just mentioned there, Anna, but then also Jordi talking about the fact that you guys are technically one of the oldest DAOs or decentralized autonomous organizations out there. So next I wanted to go over to James to break down the actual Project Catalyst proposal. James, for anybody who isn't aware, what's the goal of such a big proposal as this?
Yeah, thanks, Fareed. This is such a great question to talk about. Like we heard from Anna and Jordi, we have a global fan club of Barca fans. These are some of the best fans in the world. And as a sports fan myself, I'm a New York baseball fan here on the East Coast of the United States. I know that if somebody likes my team, I'm more likely to have a conversation with them. And what's really powerful about that is once that conversation starts, we usually end up talking about more important things. It's not just about the sport. We start this relationship and we build upon that. And that's what gets me really excited about this project is Barca Vision is using this connection that people around the world share and leveraging it into something more than that. The ability to go out into our communities, to engage in problem solving that makes a difference. I've been learning so much from Jordi as a member of this 125-year-old DAO. Here we are making our way through the early days of Cardano governance, and anybody who's here, we know what that's like, right? It's been a lot of work, but we're doing it together. And when we meet people like the Barca team who've been doing it for much longer, there's always great ideas to come from that. So on chain, what we've done with Andamio is we've built the ability for people to build up a record of what they've learned and are able to do so that they can participate in projects that they're qualified to. What we're going to be able to do is invite those 40,000 people who showed up in the Barca Discord server. And we're going to invite them to onboard to Cardano, open a wallet, and start participating, by learning about specific projects with people they already share this connection with, and then building up credentials that allow them to opt in to work that's kind of what this proposal is really about, right? The work that people are going to be able to do together as they participate in their communities. Andamio provides a set of on-chain smart contracts that track both the learning and the contribution of everybody participating, which allows us to in turn share in the governance of project funds or decisions about what we might want to do next. We're able to obviously use ADA, but we can also use any NFTs or fungible tokens that are on Cardano to support it and to reward people once they do start contributing. To the Cardano community, I think this is really exciting for two reasons. One, of course, is the exposure, but two is this is a novel use case for Cardano's ledger. This is not about speculation, right, and trading tokens. This is about using Cardano for the things we know it's for, right? Being a source of truth, allowing permissionless access to opportunities. And imagine if we're able to onboard 40,000 or an even broader array of Barca fans, and each time they learn and then commit to projects, that cycle takes a minimum of 4 transactions, right? So this is a lot of transaction volume to bring to Cardano, along with just the exposure of being associated with a brand like this.
What a wonderful overview of what you guys are aiming to do. It looks like, as of right now, over 90,000 members in that particular Discord. I do a lot of Cardano-based content, and most recently, I was reviewing some of the on-chain activity and reviewing some of the active wallets. And we had, I think, around 23,000 before the US elections, and that has skyrocketed now to around 80,000 active wallets. And so the fact that their Discord alone has just as many members, if we're able to get a sliver of that, that transits over into actual on-chain users, that will be massive for Cardano activity and Cardano adoption. Now, we've got a pretty big household name here within the NFT space, which is NMKR, right? So I've hosted Patrick here. Unfortunately, he's out, but we have an amazing sub here who's Luca. Luca, could you maybe break down the importance of NMKR and what role you guys play in this particular proposal and integration?
Sure thing. I think, first of all, thanks for the kind words. And yes, NMKR has been around ever since NFTs have been around on Cardano, basically. So NMKR started in 2021 with its minting capabilities. And ever since, we've added new features to our platform and to our infrastructure platform, which is now no code based. So we're making it very easy to bring NFTs to Cardano and other blockchains as well. And I think our stance in the community is adding a beautiful level to this team and this arrangement. And for me personally, it's really exciting. I come from a part in Germany where football is just part of growing up there. Like, there's no way around football. In that part of Germany, we have a lot of clubs there, a lot of clubs that are playing in the first league in Germany. So this is a topic where I think you can connect two things that I'm personally really excited about beautifully. With football and Web3 or blockchain technology. And I love what James said, and that's really what NMKR is also about and can be about, or is using blockchain as a technology. It's not about gambling or anything, or just token trading. It's about bringing the blockchain features and the technology to a use case where it makes sense. And I think we can all agree that in this proposal and this idea, having Web3 technology behind all this to power it is a beautiful use case, and I'm really excited for that. And when it comes to NMKR, ever since the minting capabilities of Cardano started, like I said, we've been around. We've minted millions of NFTs on Cardano. We minted over 25% of all NFTs on Cardano, so we know what it's about. We've worked with amazing projects before. And yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this, especially because I also heard the term of gamification being used here, which is another beautiful use case for blockchain and blockchain technology. And it's a very soft introduction for new people to this technology, because through gamification and gaming in general, which I'm big about as well, you can just make it very seamlessly, that people are using something that they want to use, that they are interested in, and you can have the very soft and nice and gamified introduction to something new. And then it's also much easier to understand, and rewarding people in this gamified setup is then just another benefit on top. And they will probably, some of them won't even know that they're using blockchain tech. Some of them will know, some of them will know after a few times of using the platform. And that's the beauty. I think people don't really have to know, but we are here to help with everything that's in the back or in the front, however prominent we want to then make this tech. But I think it's a beautiful concept of using it as a technology, and NFTs are just something that will stay around. So yeah.
Very, very nicely stated there. I couldn't agree with you more. And I actually think it's a positive if the end users don't realize that they're using blockchain tech. I think what that tells me is that you guys have done such a good job in integrating the tech, right? That it's a seamless experience for them. And so one thing that's extremely important to highlight here with something as big as this is the timeline. How long something like this will take. So I'd love to maybe pose that to James, Anna, or Jordi, but I do have a question specifically for Anna and Jordi after we discuss the timelines, which is more or less focused on what could potentially come next, right? This is sort of maybe like the first step into dipping your toes into Cardano if this proposal does pass. But again, I'd love to, hear about what else could come as a result of this sort of early partnership. Now, before we get to that, though, I do want to discuss the timeline. So James, if you maybe want to take a shot, or if anybody else wants to jump in here, I'd love to hear more about how long this would take to roll out and actually get into the community's hands.
Yeah, the scope of this project in this catalyst round is 12 months. So the technology is pretty much ready to go, but what we're learning to do is how to share it with people, how to onboard people and get them up and running. So we'll be working closely with the Barca Vision and Maker teams to make sure that we're ready to support people for all the questions we think they might have and all the questions that we can't predict, right? Anytime we roll out an innovative program like this one, it's one of the best parts of it is just learning where users meet us, right? Where are people coming in? I guess my short answer is the tech is ready and we have a year to kind of understand how best to bring people on board and to make sure that people feel comfortable using it.
So let me say something, James and Luca, and I say this to you because for an analyst, it's quite clear. I mean, sports and Barca in our case, it's something related to emotions, emotional experiences. But when I see you, James and Luca, and also you, Farid, when you talk about blockchain technologies with Web3, it's also emotional. And it's emotional because you see clearly this connection of technology with doing things that are for good. Yeah. So it's not about boring technologies. There is something there that could be amazing. Yeah. And whatever it has related to things that, let's say, are related to education, are related to decentralization, etc. But there is a dangerous region there that blockchain technologies could also be used for speculation, and we all hate this. And in FC Barcelona, we hate this. So what does it mean? It means that we want to go step by step, doing from small projects with a clear objective, like this one that has to do with education, has to do with women empowerment. We have that has to do with values that all we support and grow, doing a solid basis. So this means that we don't want to do something big from the very beginning. We like working as a community. We like interoperability. We like doing things that everyone could recognize that there are some values there. So we start with this project, 1 year project. We engage. We see how things work. We improve. We receive the feedback from our users in Discord that they are young people, typically young men and women, e-gamers, students, etc., and they help us in improving. And then later on, there are a lot of products and services that start, let's say, with start with the wallet, then later on with maybe tokens, but always, let's say, far away from speculation, as I said, and finishing probably with the metaverse. But the metaverse understood as a 3D virtual wall in a way that our fans all over the world that cannot attend a match, that cannot celebrate our anniversary here physically in Barcelona, no matter how far they are, they could be with us, let's say, in a virtual space. And in between, many things related to NFTs, digital collectibles, identity, sovereign identity, using blockchain technologies, many more things.
Those are some really, really interesting potential, ideas and collaborations that you guys are thinking about. The metaverse, I think one stands out for me very, very much because within the Cardano community, we're spread all around the globe. And once per year, we have a Cardano Summit. And we've actually done something very similar to that, which is to allow for anybody from, Africa, Asia, the Middle East, the US, South America to be able to attend in sort of a virtual environment. That way, nobody feels left behind. So I think that could resonate, especially, with such a core group of fans, right, that are sort of already bonding through the team or through Barcelona. So Anna, I would love to maybe shift over to you to talk about where you see this going. I know you've talked about empowering women, onboarding them into a space that's mainly male dominated, but what else do you see in terms of collaborations moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, of course, for me, it's women empowerment. I think we want to encourage women to be part of the, let's say, technological world in general. Of course, through Web3, it's easier because there are already different movements of women that are getting into this world. And I think our Discord is a tool, a great tool to encourage them to get in contact with these technologies and our products and our services and in general. I think, for example, inside our community, we wanna prepare or to start with a leveling system. That means that we're gonna gamify inside different initiatives, and I think this could be a door for all these women to get into the community and to get into Web3. So yeah, and basically we doing this, we wanna be the sports channel in more followed in the world.
So I think you guys are definitely pioneers, right? Not many other clubs doing what you guys are doing. So you're already sort of ahead of the curve. And I think the gamification really helps out. And the reason why I say that is because in a space like this, the tech is extremely nuanced, right? And so, for example, somebody like Luca or James, who's, seen the code and who's seen all of the sort of ins and outs, it's extremely technical. And for a lot of people, it's just plain boring, And so I think when you're able to gamify this, when you're able to remove sort of the tech and let them sort of just experience something like they would naturally, it's a lot more engaging and it's a lot easier to onboard people as opposed to just trying to, teach them about, code and sort of the hard stuff that comes with blockchain and crypto. So I think we have to take baby steps. And I think that the gamification is a wonderful way to do that. As we get ready to close down here, we are at the 30-minute mark because we've got a bigger panel here than usual. What I would love to do is maybe just do a round robin here of closing thoughts, right? So Luca, I think we'll let you go first in terms of closing thoughts. If there's anything that, you want to raise about NMKR, this integration that I may have missed, this would be your opportunity to do so. And then we'll go back over to you, James, and then Jordi, and then we'll give Anna the closing honors here. So over to you, Luca, for closing thoughts.
Yeah, thank you. I think NMKR had its spotlight for a lot of occasions already, so I will focus on the topic and the bigger picture here. Just as a closing thought, I would really like to touch base on what you just said again, like gamification is the way to go. And I think the experience around it is just as important as the tech in the background. But again, the tech in the background just has to work and has to be there and has to provide what it promised to provide. And that's what we're here for. We will bring the tech. Our tech is very solid. And then at the forefront, we have to have a product that people enjoy using, and that's what it's all about.
Very, very nicely stated. User experience is something that I think the crypto space has lacked for a while. I think we're getting to the point where people are now beginning to focus on it. But the fact that NMaker has been here since the early days and you guys are now branching out, it's really good to see you guys included here with a big name, just such as Barcelona. Next, we've got James.
You know, I think that this topic of gamification is a great place to share some closing thoughts as well. We've been learning, and in my work that predated Andamio, you know, it's not always just the graphics or the, you know, the shininess of the game that makes a game one that you want to participate in, right? It's about those feedback loops and how you're participating. And so that's really what we've looked to create here. And in early feedback, that's exactly, I got some feedback last week from a user who was saying, this feels just like playing an RPG, right? I feel like I'm already in a game. It's just me, I'm the character. I'm the one learning here. And if we can give a lot of people that experience and over the course of this project, repeat that cycle several times, right? Give people a chance to participate. I think that's a really exciting thing that we get to do here. So it's really exciting to be part of this team and to see that at the forefront. And if we ever do a roundtable about gamification, I'm here for it.
I will definitely make sure to get you involved. I definitely do appreciate that. Mr. Jordi, closing thoughts from your end.
Okay, so I think this thing of gamification, I agree, is super important. I like to say that what we have to create is digital memories, no? In which sense? You know, when I explain what's football or what to my colleagues, that I have some of them that they don't like football. Okay, but when I explain this to them, I explain the following. I went to a bar with a friend to watch, let's say, a final of Barca against I don't know who. I don't remember the match. I remember the bar and with who I was. And that's the physical memory that I have. And I hope one day we'll have this digital memory in the metaverse all together, Farik, all watching a match, Barca against I don't know who, but I will remember all of you and the metaverse. Yeah, but I will. The result is not important. The important is with who you are.
Yeah, again, I tend to agree with you there. It's all about the experience here, and that's what really sticks in the long term. Anna, as we get ready to close out here, we'd love to hear from you.
I think, well, we are really, really excited to be building this project related to Web3. And of course, adding these values related to gender gaps, sustainability, technology, and everything. And of course, for me, it's to give role models and new ways to face women empowerment and in general sustainability.
So, Miss Anna, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but within Cardano, we do have a group called the Cardano Girls. So I'd love to maybe introduce you to the Cardano Girls if you haven't already met them. But they're literally taking the community by storm, and they're banding together. You know, as you've mentioned, being a minority in this space, I think it's extremely important to make sure that they have the resources available, right, to make sure that their voices are just as loud and just as heard as the majority or the remainder of the participants within this blockchain and crypto space. But that'll do it here for today's interview. I want to thank you all here, Anna, Jordi, James, and Luca. For the viewers here, if you found any portion of today's interview to be helpful or informational, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. I'll leave the links to NMaker, Andamio, as well as the Barca Vision platform down below as a part of the subscription. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and leave those down there. I'll make sure to go ahead and send this over to the teams, and hopefully you guys can get a quick and a decent response. But if you haven't already registered, it might be too late now for this particular voting round in Catalyst. But if you have registered, definitely make sure to check out this proposal. Give them the thumbs up there as they're aiming to onboard and grow the entire Cardano community here by onboarding the Barca Vision community straight into our ecosystem. Again, that will do it here for today's video. I want to thank our wonderful guests here. And as always, we'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everybody. Cheers.